Are you ready?
How's it going, peeps? Welcome back to another video. And it's been frustrating for everybody who is a Pistons fan. Okay, I'm not denying that. And whether you're saying trade Drummond, don't trade Drummond, trade Blake, don't trade Blake, whoever side of the fence you're on with however you want the team to move, everyone's missing a key detail on both sides, okay? Now, last video, I was against the Drummond trading. Still am. But here's the thing everyone needs to look at before you just start making trades to make trades. Who is at fault here for this team falling off? Now, you're going to look at the numbers and say, man, it's not Blake. He's putting up good numbers. You can look at Drummond and say, oh, he had gotten foul trouble this game. That loss could be on him. Oh, Reggie Jackson, he's not scoring enough. He's not passing enough. He's turning the ball over. So, I mean, you could look at the players statistically and say it's on them. But outside of the big three, who else is really performing? I mean, if you want to call it a big three, it's really not. Who's not performing? And you've been looking. If you watch the games of late, the Pistons have been getting off to great, tremendous starts. They had the Spurs the other night put away early. They had Utah put away early, and when they brought the second unit in, they never regained control of the game. They completely lost they had almost 20-point leads in both of these games and lost both of those games. Very unacceptable, and you can't just blame the players. Sure, the players aren't playing well or great, but it's the coaching scheme. When your team is rolling, you don't call timeouts. They did that against the Utah Jazz. We were up like 30-11 or whatever that score was. Bullock just hit a three in the corner. They come back down and call a timeout just to ice everybody. Like, that was stupid. But the key problem with Casey right now is his rotations. I don't understand why he likes playing Jose Calderon so much. And that's really the major problem right now is Smith missing. That second unit is stale. It's not producing well at all. I haven't heard Stanley Johnson's name in forever. What happened to him? I don't remember seeing him on the court of late. He might be there, but I can't tell. He doesn't stick out anymore. Ish Smith is a major loss to this team, but Casey has not done a well enough job coaching around this injury. Where is Kyrie Thomas at? Why isn't he running point guard? Why isn't Bruce Brown trying to play point guard? Experiment, man. You tried Jose Calderon, man. Doesn't work. Absolutely does not work. Try something else. Just try. At this point, what else do you have to lose, man? Really. And I understand a key as a GM and a coach is always to build towards the future. So why aren't you trying to get some experiments done here now? It helps young players grow because they're going to know how the system works. Sitting on the bench does nothing. It's not like the NFL where you watch a quarterback. If you're a quarterback, they can teach you. Just like, all right, you see how I did that? That's what you're going to want to do. It's nothing like that. In basketball, you learn by getting into a rhythm, and you don't get into a rhythm sitting on the bench. You have to learn by going out there. And now, when you play these young players, granted, you're going to play Bruce Brown, which he's getting some minutes, and I like that. You're going to play Kyrie Thomas. He's not getting any minutes. I don't like that. They're going to mess up. Nobody's perfect. Blake Griffin is not perfect right now, and he's turning the ball over a lot, okay? But you're never going to win doing the same thing when you're losing. You have to change it up. And just tweaking the starting lineup, that's not going to fix nothing. The starting lineup is doing just fine. It's the bench, it's the rotations, the substitution, the timeout calling, all the little minor things, man. It's what's costing this team right now. Now, I'm not saying we're going to win tremendously or blow people out by changing this, but it's going to help you stay in the lead. Jose Calderon is doing nothing to protect this lead. You watch it. The ball's moving when you start the game. Everyone's touching it. Everyone scores early. And then they take Reggie out, and it's just stale. Like nothing, like everything changed. Like no one wants to step on each other's toes. They're all afraid of the ball. They don't want the ball. When they do shoot the ball, it's a contested three. They're just not taking good shots. And that's coaching. The other side, defensively, is god-awful. The defense they are playing is terrible. It's probably the worst defense I've seen the Pistons play in forever, man. Forever. The collapsing defense, I don't know what the hell they're doing. They're just chasing the guy with the ball, and it's bad. It's like when you played in high school. Like, you know that team you're going to beat by 20 just because of who they are. Like, they're playing that bad on defense. This team is supposed to be built on defense. You got a coach who preaches defense, and it's not translating so far. It's really not, which is disappointing. It will come in due time. I know things are going to change, and it might not be this season. You don't just build a championship team overnight. It takes time. I realize that. But this team has too much potential to be out of the playoffs. The realistic goal for this team was to be the 4th or the 5th seed. Preferably the 4th, to have a home playoff game to start the series out was a realistic goal. And now, at the pace they're playing, they're going to be lucky to sneak into the 8th seed. They've lost so many games now that it's going to be tough for them to fight back and make the 8th seed. Now, the 8th through, what is it, like the 5th or 6th pick is all in within a couple of games. So, it's not impossible. But they need to change stuff right now, man. Really. Because, I mean, the NBA season's only so many games, and you're running out of time. I mean, we're already doing all-star votes. The season's almost half over. And as of right now, you are out of the playoffs. Which is unacceptable. I just don't get it. I really don't. My fault, my camera dropped. But anyway, I really don't get what the hell the Pistons are doing, man. No one's being held accountable by the fan base. No one's blaming Casey. No one's blaming Blake. But they want to trade everybody else. I mean, which I don't understand that just from the logical sense here. You have talent to compete. Now, this team is not a championship team. Like, everyone knows this team is not going to win the finals, at least this season. But the talent is there to be a competitive team and a playoff team. You're going to be one of those teams that when they play the number 1 seed, it's going to be competitive, but you know you're going to kind of lose because you're not there. This team has potential to be decent, and right now it's below average. There is no excuse for us to be losing these games after the starts we have been getting. We're too good for that. These players are inconsistent. Everyone's in agreement there, okay? No one's going to argue that. The Pistons are kind of stuck. And trading Drummond for Beal is not the answer. Whether you want to trade Drummond or not. If you want to trade Drummond, I don't have a problem trading anybody on this team. You just have to get something that either helps your cap room or makes you better. You have to decide right now if you're all in or all out. And trading Drummond for Beal is not the answer. And it's really not the problem with Drummond. Everyone's complaining about Drummond. It's not Drummond, man. It's really not. It's coaching. It's coaching, substitutions, and inconsistent players on this team. Seriously, when Ish Smith was our backup point guard, we were that team that could beat anybody out there. We beat Golden State. We beat Boston. We beat Philly. We were competitive. He goes down and gets hurt. We were starting to slide off then, but I mean, it's kind of spiraling out of control here, man. You had the Spurs put away the other night, and you just fell flat on your face. We fans aren't stupid. We all know something's wrong. This team's just not gelling the way it was supposed to be. Teams are supposed to Good teams are supposed to get better at the midway point of the season. You're starting to see the Houston Rockets catch fire. Golden State, they're still streaky, but I mean they're still the best team in the NBA. Boston's starting to heat up. All these teams are gradually getting better and better, and you're getting worse. And that's all on coaching. It really is. And I like Casey. Casey was the best coach available. I really like Casey. That's not the problem. I'm not bashing Casey as in I don't want him here. I'm bashing him to change things up. Because if right now you're going to get a late first-round pick and not even make the playoffs, and that pick ain't going to be jack shit anyway. You guys got to make something happen. You got to work your magic, man. And I know they're trying to make a move. But, I mean, you got to think about how far in the hole we are on the salary cap. We don't have enough money to just bring somebody in. We don't have the assets to bring somebody else in. So we are stuck. So when you can't add anybody, you have to make do with what you have. Look at everyone in the G League, man. You're trying to say we don't have a point guard better in the G League than Jose Calderon. Think about that. I mean, come on, man. Someone who can push the pace, up the tempo. I haven't liked the decisions the Pistons have made under this new regime. I loved Eric Moreland. He was the perfect backup for Drummond. Shot blocker and rebounding. You knew what you were going to get from him. Effort. And you let him walk to bring in Zaza. You let Kay Felder go to bring in, guess who? Jose Calderon. And look what's happened. There are some people who need to be held accountable in this front office right now of making bad decisions. And the bad decisions have been going on in this team for years. Years and years. From the Ben Gordon and Charlie V contracts to passing up Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Bosh, Kemba Walker. The list goes on and on and on. This is probably the worst front office in the NBA. Just from doing bad decisions. Which is sad, is because this fan base loves this team. Besides the Red Wings, this is probably the most successful franchise in Detroit. And it's really between them and the Tigers. And we love our Detroit basketball. Now, I think everyone's on the Lions bandwagon. They want to see the Lions win because this is really a football city. But we love our Wings and we love our Pistons. We love we love them all. But when no one's doing well, man, the Pistons and the Wings were always kind of like that gel to get everyone going, man. The Pistons, like I said, man, have potential. They really do, which is so frustrating to see all this. But another thing that makes a team great is adversity. Because no one's just great to start off. You have to go through these ups and downs. This is going to make the people gel together. Trust me on this. They're going to gel together. They're going to fix it. And they will be in the playoffs by the end of the season. You can mark my words on that one. Reggie Jackson looks like he's still scared. He's still scared to get hurt. Which I know everyone wants to trade Jackson. That's another topic. I don't care if we trade him at this point. But as of right now, he looks timid and scared. And when he does start to feel comfortable and he gets into a rhythm, Casey pulls him out of the game. Like I said, man, it's really, the Pistons are sucking ass right now, and you guys are starting to blame the players, which there are some players who need to be held accountable, but it's really the front office, the coaching staff, that really needs to be held accountable. And I don't really care anymore if you guys want to trade Drummond or all that just went down over this last week or so. Just from now on, everybody, just start blaming who needs to be blamed, okay? It's not Blake's fault. And it's not Drummond's fault that we're losing all these games. Because they are playing really well. And both deserve to be in the All-Star game. Whether you don't want to vote them in or not. They both do deserve to be in there. They are the best players on this team. And will be the best players on this team for years to come. Because we're not getting rid of either one of them. You just have to make the right coaching decisions. I can't stress that enough. So I think I went on long enough. Maybe I didn't go on long enough. But I have to go back to work anyway. So with that being said, comment down below just your frustrations with this team. Because everyone is super stressed out right now. I understand. We all should be. We all love this team no matter whose side of the fence you're on. We just want to see this team win. That's all I'm going to say. So, like I said, comment down below. Check the description out. Follow me on social media where we continue this conversation. Real quick, though, before I leave, I am in the process of making a podcast with a couple of my friends. The goal is to do it once a week. Planning on recording Saturdays, depending on how long it takes to edit it. I don't know when it'll be uploaded. But what I need from you guys, the peepulation, is just to comment down some topics. So if you want to talk Pistons, we'll talk Pistons. We'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. But that's that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.